Hey, what's up guys? So welcome back to another video on Trade Now, and for this video I'll be showing guys a 5-minute stochastic RSI trading strategy that we'll be using with the house sweep, which acts as our trend indicator, and cumulative delta volume, which will act as our confirmation indicator, which I'll be explaining later in the video. And anyway, since this is a 5-minute strategy, I'm going to be introducing to you guys exchange that I recommend for trading if you guys want to trade crypto. So basically I'm using this exchange for my own trading. Link in the description box below. You get additional benefits when you sign up with a link. So basically the fees are very little. You only have 0.019% fees for all the trades that you take, and having such low fees is very important when you're trying to do small scalps, because you're going to be taking a lot of trades, and when you have a lot of trades, the fees that you have will get quite high if you are not managing your trades properly. So it's important to have a exchange with very little fees. So check out the link in the description box below. Just try it out. Maybe deposit $100 to $200. You'll get an extra 5% on the amount you deposit. So you deposit $100, you get extra $5. So yeah, let's jump straight right into the video. So for this video, we'll be bringing in 3 indicators. First up will be a house sweep, so search up house sweep by In Silico. Next up, we'll be using stochastic RSI by under the technicals, and lastly you have your cumulative delta volume. So search up cumulative, you'll see this cumulative delta volume, and if you guys have been watching all my other guides, you realize that I always use this indicator for basically all of my strategies. And yeah, I'm going to explain to you guys the other indicators here. So firstly, you want to change the settings of your house sweep. You're going to change the length to 60, and the length multiplier, you're going to change it to 3. And you guys see that is basically helping us to make our trades smoother. You can see that basically it helps to identify the trend in one direction. So most of it is green here, and then like here, when clearly uptrend, most of it is green as well. And when there's a slight downtrend, these are areas where we don't want to trade, because as you can see where I highlighted, this is up down, what we call a range, and it's very hard to trade this. So having this indicator basically helps us to tell the trend, and we only want to trade with the trend. Next up will be a stochastic RSI. So it's a mix of RSI and a stochastic line. So RSI, you only want to, you can see that it's overbought or oversold, and it helps to give our signal to go long or short. And last but not least, it will be our cumulative delta volume. It's basically the indicator for us to whether to go long or short. When it's green, it means that there's buyers in the market, price is likely to go up, and when it's red, there's sellers in the market, price is likely to go down. So anyways, let's get right on with the video and strategy, I mean. So I'm going to go with the rules for the long positions first. So in order to have a long position, price must be above the house sweep, and the house sweep must be green in color. Next up, there must be the crossover of the blue line over the orange line, and the crossover must happen below the 20 value area. Last but not least, there must be a green signal on the CDV indicator. So let me try and find. Here we have a perfect example. We can see that we have this candle right here. So here is the crossover happening, so you're going to look for a crossover. You can see that price has broken above the house sweep, and the house sweep is green color, so that's our first condition met. Our crossover happened below the 20 line. You can see the blue line. If we zoom in, you can see that the blue line crosses above the orange line, so that is a valid signal right here. And last but not least, on this candle where we'll be entering, where the crossover already has happened, you can see that the CDV is green in color. So let me zoom right here. You can see the CDV is green in color, so that's our valid signal to go long. So our stop loss is going to place it right below the swing low. So right here is our recent swing low, and you can aim for 1.5:1. And there we have a winning trade. So there's one trade down. Next up, let me find another trade. You can see here we have another signal. You can see that we have price above the house sweep, and the house sweep is green in color. We have the crossover of the blue line above the orange line, and the crossover happens below the 20 line. So that's another valid signal. Last but not least, we have a CDV being green in color, so that is our indication to go long. All 3 conditions met. Stop loss is going to put it slightly below your recent swing low, and you take another 1.5:1. So if you guys are going to be thinking I'm cherry picking trades, this is because we are following the trend, and as you can see, the house sweep helps to tell us that this is a very strong trend that you want to be taking. So yeah, so I'm going to show you guys trades that you're going to be ignoring. You can see here we have a crossover of the blue line over the orange line, but this is not really a crossover because they're converging. And nextly, because you can see on the CDV indicator is red in color, which means that there's sellers in the market and likely you want to avoid having this trade. So right here would be our valid position to go long. You can see that we have the crossover of the blue line above the orange line, CDV is green in color, and the price is above the house sweep, and the price is above the house sweep, and the house sweep is green in color. So we're going to enter when the crossover has happened, which is on this candle. And you guys be wondering where's our stop loss going to be. If you realize that it's going to be too small, you can see it's only 0.35% and it's not very good, you can just put it at where your house sweep is. So right here you can see where here is where the house sweep is, or you can just put it at recent swing low. But I'm going to put it at the house sweep, and you're going to take 1.5:1. But unfortunately that will be a loss. But it's important to know that losses are normal, and as long as you maintain even a 50% win rate, you'll be profitable with this strategy. So now I'm going to show you guys how to take short positions. So basically short positions is the same thing, but as said, we're going to just do it in the opposite direction. So first up, price has to be below the house sweep, and the house sweep has to be red in color. Next up, we're going to have a crossover of the blue line below the orange line, and the crossover must happen above the 80 value area, which is right here. Next up, there must be a red candle on the CDV indicator, which is what we have right here. So let's zoom in. I'm going to show you guys. So we have a crossover here. So the crossover happens on this candle itself. You can see that it's already heading downwards from the oversold level. You can see that price is below the house sweep, and the house sweep is red in color, and we have a red indication on the CDV indicator. Stop loss is right above the swing high, and we take 1.5:1. So that is a valid signal. So here we have another valid signal. We see that we have the price below the house sweep, and the house sweep is red in color. Crossover of the blue line below the orange line right here, and now CDV is red in color. So we're gonna have put it above our recent swing high, and we almost got stopped out, but if you put it slightly above, you can see that there is still room for it to maneuver. So make sure to don't put it like dead on the swing high. You're going to put it slightly above. You're going to take 1.5:1. So that will be another win. So here we have another position. You can see that price is still below the house sweep, and house sweep is red, and you can see that we have the blue line crossing below the orange line, and the red indication on the CDV indicator. So there is a valid position. Can you put it your house sweep, your stop loss at the house sweep, because the stop loss would be too small if you put it right there, and it's at 1.5:1. So that is a valid position. So as you can see, on the short side we got all 3 positions as win, and here we have on the long side we have 2 positions that are won and 1 position lost, so total 6 positions taken, and we have 5 wins. But obviously I'm choosing the very trendy markets. As you can see, there's clear uptrend and downtrend, but it's important to be able to identify the markets that you want to trade, which let me show you guys. You can see that we have clear uptrends and downtrends, but these are the markets you want to avoid right here. So it's very important to not trade, and I find that not trading is more important than trading itself. So you can see right here, you can see price goes down, goes up, goes down, goes up, and these are the markets you want to avoid, because these are your rangy markets and it's very hard to trade them, and you must try to always trade the trend. So yeah, this is basically what you should try to avoid trading, and try to trade these trendy markets where it's going down in one direction or going up in one direction. So anyways, yeah, that's it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and to check out my other strategy videos as well. So see y'all and goodbye.